Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. So, if you want to find out what you'll learn by staying with us till the end, make sure to watch the whole video. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The 1917 USA 1-cent wheat penny is a fascinating and highly coveted coin that has captured the interest of collectors and numismatists alike. To understand the true value of this coin today, we need to take a journey back in time to explore its historical context, design elements, minting process, and what makes it so appealing to collectors. Along the way, we'll also uncover why this humble penny, worth just 1 cent when it was minted, has surged in value to a jaw-dropping $188,000. This is a story of history, art, and rare opportunity, all wrapped up in the form of a small copper coin. Let's start by understanding the historical significance of the 1917 penny. The United States was undergoing significant changes during the early 20th century. The country had entered World War I in 1917, and the nation was in the midst of a dynamic transformation, with the Industrial Revolution fully underway, and the economy beginning to shift. The First World War had an undeniable impact on the American population, and this was reflected in many aspects of life, from social structures to economic factors. The coinage of the time was no exception, as coins from this period are deeply connected to the era's social and cultural shifts. At the time, the U.S. Mint was in charge of producing the nation's coinage, and in 1909, they had made a significant change by introducing the first 1-cent coin featuring a design by Victor David Brenner. This design, known as the wheat penny, was meant to replace the Indian head cent that had been in circulation since the 1850s. The new penny design was considered a breakthrough in numismatic art, and it had a lasting impact on American coinage. It was, in fact, the first U.S. coin to feature an artist's signature, that of Brenner himself, which made it stand out among its predecessors. The wheat penny, as it came to be known, features a simple yet elegant design. On the obverse, or front side, is a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Lincoln had been chosen for this role because of his immense popularity and significance, having led the country through the Civil War and worked to abolish slavery. His image on the penny became a symbol of American unity and freedom. This design, which was used on the penny from 1909 until 1958, quickly became one of the most iconic and recognizable coin designs in U.S. history. The reverse side of the coin, which features 2 stalks of wheat on either side of the inscription, 1 cent, is where the penny got its name. The wheat design was meant to symbolize the nation's agricultural strength and abundance, a fitting tribute to America's rural roots. The inclusion of wheat stalks on the reverse was not just a decorative choice, it was a representation of the country's foundation, highlighting the importance of agriculture to the American economy. The 1917 wheat penny was minted during a year of great historical significance, and the coin's design remained largely unchanged from its initial 1909 release. However, 1917 was also a pivotal time for the U.S. Mint and the country itself. The U.S. was still adjusting to the pressures of World War I, which influenced everything from coin production to material shortages. These pressures led to changes in the minting process and the number of coins produced. In 1917, the U.S. Mint produced pennies in large quantities, as they were essential for everyday transactions. Despite the overwhelming volume of pennies produced, certain 1917 wheat pennies became highly sought after due to their rarity, condition, and the occasional minting error. Over time, some of these coins became increasingly difficult to find in circulation, making them more valuable to collectors. The quality of the coins also played a role in their desirability, as some 1917 pennies were struck with exceptional precision, making them ideal for preservation. As we delve deeper into the minting process, it's important to understand how the coins were created. Pennies were made from a combination of copper and tin, with the mint's machinery pressing the metal blanks into shape. The coin dies, which were used to imprint the designs onto the penny, were carefully carved by skilled engravers, ensuring that each penny had the intricate details that made it so unique. However, as with any mass production process, not every coin was struck perfectly, and small defects or variations sometimes occurred. These errors, whether caused by worn-out dies, misaligned strikes, or other factors, would eventually lead to the creation of rare and highly valuable coins. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare variations, as they can drastically increase the value of a coin. For example, a 1917 wheat penny that was struck with a double die or misaligned strike could be worth significantly more than a standard, unblemished coin. These minting errors add an element of excitement and intrigue to coin collecting, as each coin has the potential to be a unique treasure waiting to be discovered. The value of the 1917 wheat penny has fluctuated over time, but in recent years, certain examples have reached astonishing prices at auction. What makes these coins so valuable to collectors? The answer lies in a combination of factors: rarity, demand, and condition. The 1917 wheat penny is considered an iconic piece of American coinage, and because of its historical significance, collectors are often willing to pay a premium for high-quality examples. The condition of the coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with mint state being the highest possible grade. A 1917 wheat penny in mint state condition, meaning it has been preserved in near-perfect condition since its release, can fetch a much higher price than one that has been worn down through years of circulation. Coins that have been well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, are always in high demand among collectors. Now, let's reveal the truly impressive value of the 1917 wheat penny in today's market. If you happen to own a well-preserved, error-free 1917 penny, it may still be worth only a few dollars. However, if your coin is one of the rare 1917 pennies with an error or minting variation, you could be sitting on a small fortune. For example, a 1917 wheat penny with a double die or a minting defect could be worth upwards of $188,000 in today's market. That's right, a coin that originally sold for just 1 cent over a century ago could now command a staggering price at auction. The most valuable 1917 wheat pennies are those that have maintained their pristine condition over the years, with no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. These coins are often found in private collections, and their value has only increased as the demand for rare and historical coins continues to grow. For collectors and investors, the 1917 wheat penny represents an opportunity to own a piece of American history and to potentially make a significant return on their investment. But how can you tell if your 1917 wheat penny is worth such a large sum? The first step is to carefully examine the coin for any signs of minting errors or variations. If the coin features a double die, where the design appears to be struck multiple times, this could significantly increase its value. Additionally, check the overall condition of the coin. If it has been preserved in a way that keeps the design crisp and sharp, it could be worth far more than a typical example. For those serious about coin collecting or investing, it's highly recommended to have your 1917 wheat penny professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. These services can assess the coin's authenticity, condition, and any potential errors, giving you a clear picture of its value. Once graded, your coin may be able to fetch a much higher price at auction or through private sale. The allure of the 1917 wheat penny lies in its simplicity and its connection to a pivotal moment in American history. This small, copper coin tells the story of a nation at war, a nation transforming both politically and economically. Its design, with the image of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the wheat stalks on the back, symbolizes the strength, resilience, and agriculture that helped define America at the time. In conclusion, the 1917 wheat penny is far more than just a piece of currency. It is a window into the past, a reflection of the era in which it was minted, and a highly prized treasure for collectors. Its value continues to rise as more people discover its historical importance and the potential for finding rare and valuable examples. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone simply interested in learning more about this iconic coin, the 1917 wheat penny is a testament to the enduring appeal of American coinage, and a reminder that sometimes, even the smallest coins can hold incredible value. The 1960 USA 1-cent penny might seem like just another coin in the vast ocean of U.S. currency, but it holds a rich history, captivating design, and a fascinating story that continues to engage numismatists and collectors around the world. To truly understand the remarkable value of this seemingly ordinary penny, we need to take a deep dive into its historical context, the design decisions that led to its creation, how it was minted, the elements that set it apart, and why, more than 60 years after its release, this little coin can command a stunning $146,000 in the marketplace. So, let's take a closer look at the 1960 penny, one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in American numismatic history. First, we need to set the stage for 1960. The United States was at the start of a transformative decade. The 1960s brought with it rapid social and cultural changes, including the civil rights movement, the rise of counterculture, and the growing space race. But what many people may not realize is that 1960 was also a year of transition in the U.S. Mint, with a series of significant changes that would affect the design and minting of coins for years to come. The 1960 penny, like many coins produced during this time, reflected both the continuity and the evolving nature of American society. In the years leading up to 1960, the penny had undergone some notable design changes. The Lincoln cent, which had been in circulation since 1909, was still the mainstay of U.S. currency. This coin, featuring the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, side, was designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse, back, of the coin featured 2 stalks of wheat, a symbol of the United States' agricultural strength. This wheat penny design had been in circulation since 1909, and by 1960, it was widely regarded as a symbol of American history and the nation's connection to its rural roots. However, by the late 1950s, the U.S. Mint was considering ways to update the reverse design of the penny. The wheat stalks, while historically significant, were starting to feel outdated in the context of a rapidly changing country. In response to the growing desire for a more modern design, the Mint decided to introduce a new reverse design for the penny, one that would be unveiled in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This new design, created by the renowned engraver Frank Gasparo, replaced the wheat stalks with the iconic image of the Lincoln Memorial. The memorial, located in Washington, D.C., symbolized the legacy of President Lincoln and his importance to the nation. The new reverse design would go on to grace the penny for the next several decades, and it remains a beloved design to this day. But how does this all tie into the 1960 penny? In 1960, the United States was preparing to transition to a new era of coinage, one that would include not just design changes, but also technical advancements in the minting process. The 1960 penny would be caught in the crosshairs of both the design overhaul and the technological shifts occurring within the mint. While the change in design from wheat stalks to the Lincoln Memorial was a major shift, the year 1960 also saw significant developments in the minting of coins that would ultimately impact the penny's rarity and value. In particular, one of the key events that year was a change in the method by which the U.S. Mint produced its coins. In 1960, the Mint was in the process of transitioning from a manual coinage process to a more advanced, automated process using coin presses that could create coins more quickly and efficiently. This transition had implications for how the coins were struck, and, unfortunately, it also led to some minting errors that would eventually create rare and valuable coins. One such error would set the stage for a surge in interest and price for certain 1960 pennies. As we explore the minting process, it's important to understand how the U.S. Mint produced the penny in 1960. The 1-cent coin was made from a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, a mixture that was common for U.S. coinage during this period. The coins were struck using dies, which were engraved with the designs for both the obverse and reverse of the coin. These dies were then used to strike blank metal discs, called planchets, under high pressure to imprint the designs onto the coins. In 1960, the mint was using a process known as high-speed production, meaning that many more coins were being produced at a faster rate than ever before. While this was a positive development in terms of efficiency, it also meant that the quality control process had to be more vigilant. As with any mass production system, errors could occur, and in the case of the 1960 penny, these errors would eventually lead to the creation of one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in American history. There were two key minting errors that collectors would come to associate with the 1960 penny, and both would have a significant impact on the coin's value: the 1960 small date and the 1960 large date. These two variations are what make the 1960 penny such an intriguing coin to collectors. So, what exactly is the difference between the two? The small date variation of the 1960 penny refers to coins in which the numbers in the year are smaller and more compact. This was a result of the dies used to strike the coins, which were initially created with a specific font. However, as the mint transitioned to new production methods, the dies were modified, and the new dies produced the large date variation, where the numbers in the year are larger and more spaced out. The 1960 small date penny is considered the rarer of the two, and it quickly became a subject of great interest for coin collectors. The 1960 large date penny, while not as rare, still holds value, but it's the small date variety that draws the highest prices at auctions. This particular coin is prized not only because of its rarity but also because of its historical significance. The fact that it was struck during a period of change in U.S. coinage and that it represents a moment in history when the mint was transitioning from manual to automated production adds to its allure. As the years passed, the value of the 1960 small date penny began to rise, especially as more collectors became aware of the minting error and sought to acquire examples for their collections. A coin that was once worth only 1 cent now became a highly prized piece of numismatic history, and its value continued to climb as collectors competed to find the rarest examples. Fast forward to today, and the value of the 1960 small date penny has reached extraordinary heights. A 1960 small date penny in excellent condition can be worth tens of thousands of dollars, but the real jaw-dropping numbers come when we look at coins that have been professionally graded and found to be in near-perfect condition. Some 1960 small date pennies have been sold for as much as $146,000, a price tag that speaks to the rarity and demand for this exceptional coin. How is it possible that a coin worth just 1 cent in 1960 is now worth so much? The answer lies in a combination of factors. First and foremost, the 1960 small date penny is extremely rare. While millions of pennies were struck in 1960, only a small percentage of them were small date varieties, and even fewer of those have survived in excellent condition. The second factor is the ongoing demand for rare and unique coins among collectors. As the popularity of coin collecting continues to grow, more and more people are seeking out these rare examples, which drives up the price. If you happen to find a 1960 penny in your collection or your change jar, it's worth taking a moment to examine it closely. Is it a small date or large date? Has it been well preserved, with minimal wear and sharp details? A 1960 small date penny in pristine condition could be worth a small fortune, and even a less-than-perfect example could fetch a respectable price. The 1960 penny is a perfect example of how the world of coin collecting can turn an everyday object into something extraordinary. This small copper coin, which was produced during a time of great change in the U.S. Mint and in American society, has become a highly valuable treasure that is sought after by collectors around the globe. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just starting out in the world of coin collecting, the 1960 USA 1-cent penny offers a glimpse into the fascinating world of rare coins and the incredible stories they tell. In the end, the 1960 small date penny serves as a reminder that even the most unassuming coins can hold immense value, both historically and financially. So, the next time you come across a 1960 penny, take a moment to appreciate its history and potential. You never know, you might just have a hidden treasure in your hands. The 2004 USA 5-cent coin, often simply called the nickel, has a fascinating story that spans centuries of American history, design evolution, and the legacy of coinage in the United States. The nickel you might hold in your pocket today is much more than a simple piece of currency. It's a token of American values, national symbols, and a testament to the country's numismatic artistry. But when we zoom in on a specific year, like 2004, and look at the history, the design, and the remarkable collector appeal, we uncover a rich narrative filled with rarity, intrigue, and a shocking potential value that might just surprise you. If you've ever wondered why a seemingly modest coin could be worth a small fortune, you'll want to stick around, as we dive into the history of the 2004 nickel and reveal why this coin could be worth as much as $140,000 today. The story of the nickel itself is one that spans over a century. In the early days of U.S. coinage, the 5-cent piece was introduced in 1866, just a year after the Civil War had ended. Before this, 5-cent pieces were made of silver, but due to rising silver prices and the economic changes of the post-war period, a new, less expensive metal was needed. Thus, the nickel coin, made of a copper-nickel alloy, was born. The United States Mint introduced the new 5-cent coin as a way to provide a more affordable form of currency, and it quickly became an essential part of American life. The design of the nickel has evolved over the years, with various renditions of the coin, each telling a story of its time. By 2004, the design of the nickel had undergone multiple transformations, but the key symbols that defined the coin, such as Thomas Jefferson's profile and the familiar Monticello building on the reverse, had been part of the nickel's design since 1938. However, the year 2004 marked the beginning of an exciting chapter in the nickel's history, as it was part of a series of design changes that celebrated the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. In honor of the 200th anniversary of their famous journey, the U.S. Mint decided to release a series of nickels with designs commemorating various aspects of the expedition. These designs were inspired by the history and symbolism of the Lewis and Clark expedition and, as you'll soon discover, some of these 2004 nickels would become extremely valuable to collectors due to their historical significance and the unique details embedded in their production. To understand why the 2004 5-cent coin is so captivating, we must first examine the changes to the design and how the mint commemorated the bicentennial. In the past, the obverse, front, of the nickel had always featured the image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and one of the Founding Fathers. Jefferson's portrait had been used on the nickel since 1938 and was a symbol of the nation's ideals of democracy, liberty, and the founding principles of the United States. However, in 2004, the Mint decided to honor the Lewis and Clark expedition by releasing a new series of nickels that would incorporate a completely new design for the reverse, back, of the coin. The new design was part of a multi-year initiative known as the Westward Journey Nickel Series. The 2004 nickels featured a depiction of the American bison on the reverse side, an animal closely associated with the American frontier and the westward expansion that took place during the Lewis and Clark expedition. The bison was chosen as a symbol of the strength, resilience, and spirit of the American wilderness. It was a fitting representation of the journey that Lewis and Clark had undertaken, exploring the unknown frontiers of the western United States. However, there was a twist. While the obverse of the coin remained the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the reverse side of the 2004 nickel was not just a simple rendering of the bison. In fact, the Mint created two distinct designs for the reverse side of the coin. One of these featured the image of a bison, while the other showcased a unique interpretation of the expedition's journey, with images representing the tools, terrain, and landscape encountered by Lewis and Clark. The 2004 nickel series was released in stages, with the Mint unveiling each new design over the course of the year. The first of these was the 2004 American Bison Reverse, which depicted the bison in all its majestic glory. This design was deeply symbolic, not only honoring the animals that inhabited the vast, untamed lands that Lewis and Clark had explored, but also representing the raw beauty of the American wilderness. The American bison was a fitting tribute to the resilience of both the explorers and the nation they helped shape. In addition to the change in design, the 2004 nickels were struck with some subtle variations in terms of their minting process. The mint used a combination of traditional methods and modern technology to produce these coins, leading to some unique characteristics in certain examples. One of the most notable changes in 2004 was the introduction of a different type of planchet, a blank, round piece of metal, that would be used for the first time in the production of the new series of nickels. The coin's design elements, especially the bison, would be struck onto these new planchets, and this combination of old and new technology created the opportunity for some interesting coinage errors and variations. As any serious coin collector will tell you, it is the errors and variations that make a coin truly special. In the case of the 2004 5-cent coin, these errors and variations can dramatically increase the coin's value, sometimes by as much as 10,000% or more. Some of the most valuable coins in the 2004 nickel series are those that have unique features that weren't intended by the mint's designers or that were caused by minting errors. For example, one of the most valuable types of 2004 nickels is the double die reverse coin. This type of error occurs when the dies used to strike the coins misalign slightly, causing the design to appear twice or with a blurry effect. This can happen if the die is struck too forcefully or if it shifts during the minting process. While double die errors can occur on any coin, they are relatively rare, and those found on the 2004 nickel are particularly sought after by collectors. Other variations, such as the no mint mark error, have also contributed to the allure of the 2004 nickel. Normally, the U.S. Mint adds a mint mark, indicating which facility the coin was minted in, on the coin's obverse side. However, in certain cases, the mint mark was omitted altogether. These no mint mark examples are incredibly rare and have caused excitement among coin enthusiasts, pushing the value of these coins far beyond their original face value. Now, let's fast forward to the present day, and the value of the 2004 5-cent nickel. What makes this coin so special, and why has its value skyrocketed to as much as $140,000 in certain cases? The answer lies in a few key factors: rarity, historical significance, and collector demand. The rarity of the coin is the first and most obvious factor. As previously mentioned, the 2004 nickel was part of a special series created to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Only a limited number of these coins were produced with certain design features or minting errors, which makes them highly collectible. Over the years, as fewer of these coins have remained in circulation or in good condition, their rarity has made them more valuable. The historical significance of the coin also plays a key role in its value. The 2004 nickel isn't just another coin, it's a piece of American history. It's a reminder of the pioneering spirit of the Lewis and Clark expedition and the role these explorers played in shaping the American West. The 2004 nickel is part of the Westward Journey series, a significant milestone in the nation's numismatic history. For collectors, owning a coin that commemorates such an important historical event adds tremendous value to their collection. Lastly, collector demand drives the price up. As interest in coins from this period grows, more and more collectors are seeking out rare examples of the 2004 nickel, driving up the price even further. While most 2004 nickels are worth just 5 cents, certain variations, especially those with minting errors or unique features, can fetch up to $140,000 at auction. This price is not just a reflection of the coin's rarity, but also the desire to own a piece of history. In conclusion, the 2004 USA 5-cent coin is far more than just a simple nickel. It is a piece of American history, a work of art, and a coin that represents a remarkable period in the evolution of U.S. coinage. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual observer, the 2004 nickel offers an incredible glimpse into the world of rare coin collecting, and it serves as a reminder that sometimes, even the most unassuming coins can be worth a fortune. So, the next time you come across a 2004 nickel, take a moment to appreciate its rich history, its design, and its potential value. Who knows, you might be holding a piece of history worth far more than you ever imagined. The 2005 Buffalo nickel holds a special place in the hearts of numismatists and collectors alike, and it's no surprise why. This seemingly humble 5-cent coin is more than just a piece of currency, it's a striking example of American heritage, artistic achievement, and a symbol of the nation's rich history. To truly appreciate the value and significance of the 2005 Buffalo nickel, we need to explore the journey of this iconic coin, tracing its roots back to its design origins, examining the minting process that brought it to life, and understanding how it became a sought-after collectible worth an astounding $134,000. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive deep into the fascinating story of the 2005 Buffalo nickel. To understand the 2005 Buffalo nickel, we must first look back at its historical context. The Buffalo nickel, originally issued by the U.S. Mint from 1913 to 1938, is one of the most iconic designs in American coinage history. Its legacy is tied to the imagery of the American frontier, symbolized by the majestic American bison and the rugged plains that defined the country's westward expansion. The original Buffalo nickel was designed by the talented artist James Earle Fraser, and it featured a profile of a Native American on the obverse, front, side of the coin, along with the powerful image of a bison on the reverse, back. This design captured the essence of the American spirit at the time: proud, untamed, and deeply connected to the land. The Buffalo nickel quickly became a beloved symbol of American values, and it remained in circulation for over 2 decades before being replaced by the Jefferson nickel in 1938. However, its enduring popularity meant that the design never truly faded from public consciousness. In fact, the Buffalo nickel is one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatic history, with collectors eagerly searching for well-preserved examples from the early 20th century. Fast forward to 2005, and the U.S. Mint decided to pay tribute to this classic design by issuing a new series of nickels that would commemorate the 200th anniversary of the Lewis and Clark expedition. As part of this series, the Mint released a coin that would combine elements of the original Buffalo nickel design with the spirit of the westward expansion. The 2005 Buffalo nickel was born. This 2005 version of the Buffalo nickel was part of the Westward Journey Nickel series, a collection of coins that celebrated the adventurous spirit of Lewis and Clark as they explored the American frontier. The decision to release a modern version of the Buffalo nickel was a nod to the country's deep connection to its past and to the iconic symbols that represent its history. It was the U.S. Mint's way of revisiting a design that had captured the imagination of generations, while also honoring the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. When the 2005 Buffalo nickel was first introduced, it immediately caught the attention of collectors and the general public. On the obverse side of the coin, the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, remained as the focal point, just as it had been since 1938. However, the reverse side was where the magic happened. The 2005 Buffalo nickel featured a new interpretation of the classic bison design, with a fresh take on the image that had become synonymous with the original Buffalo nickel. This new reverse design, created by engraver Jamie Franke, depicted a bison standing proudly in a natural pose. Unlike the original design, which had the bison in a more static position, the 2005 coin portrayed the bison in a more dynamic stance, capturing its strength and grace. The new design was also more detailed, showcasing the bison's musculature and the texture of its fur. The bison's gaze was directed outward, as though it were surveying the vast plains of the American West, adding an air of majesty to the coin. The image was a perfect blend of historical accuracy and artistic interpretation, paying homage to the original design while also making a bold statement about the country's continued reverence for its natural heritage. The new design wasn't the only exciting change that came with the 2005 Buffalo nickel. In addition to the updated design, the coin was also minted with a different composition. While the original Buffalo nickel was made of a 75% copper and 25% nickel alloy, the 2005 version was struck with a more modern combination of 75% copper and 25% nickel, just like the standard Jefferson nickel. This change was made to streamline production and to ensure the durability of the coins as they circulated. The overall weight of the 2005 Buffalo nickel remained the same at 5 grams, and it retained the same diameter of 21.21 millimeters. The 2005 Buffalo nickel was issued in 2 different versions, one with a mint mark, for coins produced in the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, and another without a mint mark, for coins struck in the Philadelphia Mint. The version without the mint mark is particularly interesting to collectors, as it is often associated with errors or unique traits that make the coin more desirable. The minting process for these coins involved striking the designs onto blank metal discs, or planchets, using high-pressure coin presses. This ensured that the details of the design were sharply defined and that the coins would be easy to read and identify. In addition to the change in design and minting process, the 2005 Buffalo nickel was also part of a larger initiative to create a series of coins that would honor the American frontier and the spirit of exploration. The U.S. Mint had already released coins commemorating the Lewis and Clark expedition, and the Buffalo nickel was seen as an integral part of this larger effort to pay tribute to the pioneers who helped shape the United States. The design of the 2005 Buffalo nickel was a fitting tribute to the country's history and its ongoing connection to the land, and it became a symbol of the nation's pride in its heritage. However, the 2005 Buffalo nickel wasn't just another coin to be put into circulation. Like all coins, it would eventually find its way into the hands of collectors, who recognized its significance and rarity. Over time, the 2005 Buffalo nickel became one of the most sought-after coins in the U.S. Mint's recent history, and collectors began searching for well-preserved examples to add to their collections. One of the main reasons that the 2005 Buffalo nickel became so popular with collectors was its connection to the original Buffalo nickel design. The original Buffalo nickel was already one of the most coveted coins in American numismatics, and the 2005 version was seen as a modern interpretation of a classic. As a result, collectors began to appreciate the 2005 coin not just for its aesthetic beauty, but also for its historical significance. They saw it as a way to own a piece of American history, a coin that honored the legacy of the Buffalo nickel while also celebrating the nation's journey into the 21st century. But the true allure of the 2005 Buffalo nickel lies in its rarity and the mistakes that occurred during its minting. Over the years, as the mint transitioned to new technologies and higher-speed production processes, some coins were struck with minting errors that made them incredibly valuable. For example, some 2005 Buffalo nickels were struck with double dies, which caused the details of the coin to appear twice or be misaligned. These coins are highly prized by collectors, as they represent a rare mistake that adds to the coin's intrigue. Another factor that has contributed to the value of the 2005 Buffalo nickel is its limited mintage. While millions of coins were produced, only a small number of these coins are considered to be in pristine condition. Coins that are well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, are particularly valuable to collectors, and they can fetch high prices at auctions or in private sales. The fact that the 2005 Buffalo nickel was struck with such high-quality detail makes it even more desirable, as collectors look for examples that showcase the beauty of the coin. So, what makes the 2005 Buffalo nickel worth such a staggering amount today? It's a combination of factors: its historical significance, its stunning design, the minting errors that have made certain examples rare, and its popularity among collectors. A well-preserved 2005 Buffalo nickel can sell for a substantial amount, but certain examples, especially those with minting errors or unique traits, have been known to fetch prices as high as $134,000. This incredible value is a testament to the enduring appeal of the Buffalo nickel design and the legacy of American numismatics. While the 2005 Buffalo nickel may have started as a humble 5-cent coin, it has become a treasure in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 2005 Buffalo nickel is a coin that embodies the spirit of the American West, the legacy of the Buffalo nickel, and the timeless allure of rare, well-preserved coins. In conclusion, the 2005 USA Buffalo nickel is a coin that represents so much more than just a piece of currency. It's a work of art, a piece of history, and a testament to the incredible legacy of American coinage. With its stunning design, minting errors, and rare features, it's no wonder that collectors continue to seek out this coin, driving its value up to an impressive $134,000. Whether you've been collecting coins for years or are just starting to explore the world of numismatics, the 2005 Buffalo nickel is a coin worth keeping an eye on. After all, you never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure that could be worth far more than its face value.